art of interviewing. The art of interviewing is not about securing a job, but about ensuring you are as well suited for the job and organization as they are for you. And here are the 3 categories of interviews. Number 1, informational interview. These interviews are about getting information, networking, and making contact. So basically, it's an informational career, insights, conversation, and not getting a job. Number 2, screening interview. An early screening interview is a phone-based process to assess a candidate's skills and expertise for a position. It's often used to screen out potential candidates rather than selecting the perfect candidate, and avoid negative information and may have multiple screenings, especially if the first interview was via phone or if the position is a high level. In either case, it is used by the employers to determine if a candidate has a qualification necessary to do the job. Number 3, a selection of hiring interview. It is a formal conversation to assess a candidate's qualification, skills, and fit for a specific job. In this crucial stage where you can demonstrate your accomplishment, it is an opportunity to express your personality and fit to the culture because it's often involving the manager. To ensure successful hiring outcomes, here are some of the general interviewing strategies. Keep in mind what the interview means to the employer. The interview is a significant time-consuming process for employers, so it's crucial to arrive punctually, express gratitude, and maintain a productive conversation. Help the interviewer out. If interviewer struggles with questions, offer example of monitoring style. Make answers shorter or inquire about other opportunities. Be truthful. Neither undersell nor oversell yourself. Both are dishonest. Your goal is to find the perfect fit for where you will most successful. Express interest in the organization. To impress an interviewer, express interest in the organization by conducting thorough research and having prepared intelligent questions about the company and its work areas. This is neither a test nor a jury. View interviewers as a friend discussing a mutual beneficial topic. Avoid defensive or submissive behavior, and remember that you are offering as much to the organization as they are offering you. Interview types may include traditional. Interviewers focus on communication and succinct answer, aiming to establish rapport with the employer rather than content or skill set, and has a open-ended questions such as, tell me about yourself, what do you want to work for this organization, and etc. Action or audition places the job candidate in a real-world situation to determine how he or she will actually perform on the job. Group. A group interview assesses leadership, style, and personality among equally qualified candidates. Show respect, take the lead graciously, and avoid conflicts to stand out positively. Stress. A stress interview tests your composure under pressure. Using tactics like long silence, sarcasm, or arguments, remain calm, patient, and professional to demonstrate resilience. Behavioral. A behavior interview assesses past experiences to predict future performance, using specific situational questions to evaluate skills, actions, and learn lessons.
Hello everybody, I am Rainilin Bordaje, one of the discussants in Module 15. Today I'm gonna discuss conducting an interview. Conducting an interview is a crucial step to hiring the best candidates for your organization. An ideal job interview will give you the chance to learn more about candidates, to learn more about candidates and give candidates an opportunity to learn more about the company. Now let's proceed in definition of interviews. Number 1, selection interview. Help organization and prospective employees explore the fit between applicant and employer. Wherein in selection interview, the organization think about the applicant and employer. They will think if the applicant is fit in their employees. And when we talk about a selection interview, it is a free-flowing and open-ended process used to determine if you are suitable for a specific job opening. Although it's generally less structured than an oral exam, they are often more similar than different selection interview. Next, a performance appraisal interview. It is the first stage of the performance appraisal process, and it involves the employee and his or her manager sitting face to face, discuss all aspects of employee's performance, and thrash out any difference in perception or evaluation. Next, disciplinary interview. The purpose of disciplinary interview or disciplinary action meeting is to form an employee of misstep, poor performance, or workplace behavior that violates company policy. Survey interview. It is a formal method of gathering data by questioning individuals to assess opinions or condition. It involves collecting, analyzing, and interpreting the views of people from a specific target population through interviews and questionnaire. Number 5, the diagnostic interview. It is a central component of the process, the diagnostic process, in which for a variety of reasons ranging from research to the development of an intervention plan, a decision is made as to whether there is sufficient evidence in an individual's symptoms and signs for diagnostic. Next, number 6, research interview. The information based on a future decision. Next, exit interview. Exit interview is a survey that is conducted with an employee when he or she leaves the company. The information from each survey is used to provide feedback on why employees are leaving, what they like about their employment, and what are the areas of the company that they need to improve. Now let's talk about the principle of interviewing. Number 1, interviewing is a special kind of conversation. Number 2, it has a definite purpose. Number 3, it is more structured. Number 4, strong element of control. Number 5, 2 parties only, the interviewer and respondent. Number 6, the different amount of speaking, 30 to 70% only. Number 7, a significant aspect of daily business. Let's proceed in planning the interview. Number 1, define the goal. You need to make it as clear as possible. Number 2, identify and analyze the other party. Use the certain criteria to choose and understand your interviewees. In identifying and analyze the other party, you need to remember these 4. Number 1, knowledge level. Number 2, the other concept of self. Number 3, your image, the concept of you. And number 4, your attitude. Next, prepare a list of topics and choose the best interview structure.
The ethics of interviewing, the exchange of information that goes on between interviewer and interviewees, should be guided by some basic ethical guidelines and responsibilities. Letter A is the obligations of the interviewer. Number 1, make only promises you are willing and able to keep. Number 2, keep confidences. Number 3, allow the interviewee to make free response. B is the obligations of the interviewee. Number 1, don't misinterpret the facts. Number 2, don't waste the interviewer's time. Interviewer obligations. This section stresses the ethical responsibilities of the interviewer. Maintaining confidentiality is paramount, as is ensuring the interviewee feels comfortable and free to express their thoughts without pressure or coercion. Breaking a promise made to an interview can damage trust and the interview process. B is the interviewee obligations. While the interviewer has ethical obligations, so does the interviewee. Honesty is crucial. Misrepresenting facts undermines the interviewee's purpose. Respecting the interviewer's time shows professionalism and consideration. Wasting time with irrelevant information or unpreparedness reflects poorly on the interviewee. Type of interviews. Number 1 is the information gathering interview. The information gathering interview can come in many forms. Number 1, investigative interviews. Number 2, survey interviews. Number 3, diagnostic interviews. Number 4, research or interviews, or also called information gathering. Number 5 is exit interviews. All types of information gathering interviews follow the same general approach, which is collect background information, traditionally library research, interviews of knowledgeable people. Number 2, define interviews goals and questions. Goals should be specific. Questions should lead to the goal. Number 3, choose the right interviewee. In information gathering interview, this section details various interview types aimed at collecting information. The process emphasizes thorough preparation, researching the topic, clearly defining the interview goals and formulating relevant questions, and carefully selecting interviewees with the necessary expertise. Each type has its specific applications but shares this common foundation. B is the employment interview. Explores how well a candidate might fit a job, single most important factor in landing a job. Most employers are not good at using interviews to choose between applicants. Usually, the person who interviews the best gets the job. Employment interviews. This section focuses on the employment interview, a crucial step in hiring process. It highlights that success depends on more than just technical skills. Communication, presentation, and interpersonal skills are equally important. The pre-interview steps. Number 1, conduct background research. 2, develop a personal network. 3, prepare for possible interviews formats just like team, behavioral, audition, and stress. Number 4, the employment interview. During the interview. Interview success depends on many factors other than technical skills used in the position. Dress appropriately, know the organization and the job, prepare for important questions. Respond to the employer's needs, not yours. Be honest but sell yourself. Emphasize the positive, back up your answers with evidence. Keep your answers brief, be enthusiastic, have your own questions answered about the job, rehearse. The pre-interview preparation, research networking is as vital as the interview itself. The during the interview section provides the practical advice on presentation, answering questions effectively, and demonstrating enthusiasm. Performance appraisal interview. Performance appraisal interviews between superior and subordinates to discuss the quality of the subordinate's performance. A performance appraisal is: Number 1, let the employee know where he stands. Number 2, can act as a training session. Number 3, should improve the superior-subordinate relationship. Number 3, should give the employee a sense of participation. Next is should help management understand the employee better. And last, help set goals for the future. Performance appraisal interviews. This section describes performance appraisal interviews, which are crucial for employee development and feedback. The different style is tell and sell, tell and listen, and problem solving. Reflect varying approaches to communication and collaboration. Steps in appraisal process. Number 1, review progress. Use established, measurable criteria. Number 2, discuss successes, problems, and needs. Focus on most important criteria. Feedback should be accurate and relevant. Balance praise and constructive criticisms. Number 3 is set goals. 80-20 rule, specific descriptions, time limits, and manageable for the worker. Number 4, review and respond to the written record. The steps outlined provide a structured framework for conducting a productive appraisal, emphasizing constructive feedback and goal setting. The interview process. Purpose is to find out whether you as the candidate can do the job and fit into a company or organization. 3 common types of interviews are: number 1, one-to-one interview, specific job-related questions. Number 2, panel interviews consist of 3 to 6 members, may include the supervisor, HR representative, or co-workers. Questions are asked from a list of questions prepared beforehand. Number 3, multi-level interviews. Interviewer session held at different levels. Interview process employment focus. These sections provides step-by-step guides for navigating the employment interview process. It emphasizes thorough preparation, including researching the company to demonstrate genuine interest, anticipating potential questions, and planning insightful questions to ask the interviewer. Preparation. Find out and do a bit of research about the company. Number 2, anticipate questions that might be asked at interviews. Number 3, plan your own questions. And number 4, practice. On the day of the interview. Number 1, create a good impression. Confirm in advance the date, time, and venue of the interview as well as the name of the interviewer. Number 2, be punctual. Arrive at least a half an hour earlier. Make sure to check and find out the location or venue. Number 3, dress appropriately. For men, wear a dark suit or jacket with pants with a white shirt and coordinate tie. For women, wear a business-like suit or dress. Number 4, remember to bring all relevant documents just like testimonials, certificates, resume, portfolio notebook, and sample of work. Keep all of that documents in a briefcase or folder. The on-the-day section stresses the importance of professionalism, making a positive first impression, punctuality, and appropriate attire. Interviewing and the law. This section addresses the legal aspects of interviewing, particularly in employment contexts. It highlights the illegality of discriminatory questions and the importance of adhering the laws like Americans with Disabilities Act. The strategies for handling unlawful questions offer ways to address potentially problematic situations while maintaining composure and professionalism. Understanding legal boundaries is crucial for both interviewers and interviewees to ensure fairness and compliance.